Yeah, when we were filming, Corey and I got on each other's nerves a lot. We were a little bit, we were kind of, I don't want to say competitive, but we just kind of grated on each other a little bit. But I just talked to him 2 days ago. I mean, we're friends. I love Corey, and we've stayed very close over the 30 years. We'll call each other when something happens, something good or something bad, and congratulate each other, console each other, and we're like brothers like that. We're good friends. Corey hated me a little bit because somehow in Los Angeles during the 80s, if you were working, you just seemed to bump into all the same people who were working. I think of the Brat Pack. He knows the Brat Pack, but the Brat Pack. I think of like Ali Sheedy and Rob Lowe and all those guys. We're like way younger. Way younger.
You guys were still like huge stars like back then, so we kind of considered you like the younger Brat Pack.
The younger Brat, the bratty
Yeah.
Brat Pack. Yeah. All right, I see that. Yeah. No, we were the
Niagra roper.
I wonder now when you look at, there's so many movies and so many television shows, I wonder if people still have that same sense of community that I felt when I was a kid working on it. It was one of the really cool things about it actually, was feeling like you were a part of an industry, you know? You guys have had that.
Did you ever talk to Rhoda, your school teacher? I remember
Rhoda C. Fine. Rhoda C. Fine and Jack Tice were our set teachers. Because we had to go to, by California law, we had to go to school 3 hours a day. And it was, I'm not sure the value of the education during that period. but Rhoda was salt and pepper hair, she had salt and pepper hair, that's what she said. And she came up, I wrote a song for the Goonies. She wrote a song for the Goonies, and she wanted to play it for us. And I've got to play it for Dick so he can hear it because I put it in the movie.
Isn't she in the last scene in the movie too with everybody else?
Yeah, yeah, all of us. That was the thing. It was almost like a family film. I mean, everything. The opera, you put that in there, right?
Yeah.
The toupee, you put that in there.
Yeah, but Dick Donner, the director, gets all the credit for that because he made it so much fun and inclusive, and watching Davies, anyone was invited.
Very open.
Have pizza,
Any ideas.
soda. He was very inventive, and he made you as an individual. He rewarded you with this wonderful laugh that he had, and you felt a part of something, which is, I think, really part of the magic of being a good filmmaker. It's not where you keep the camera on. You hire good actors, and you expect them, and they're going to do their job. But if you make them feel that they're a part of the concept, a part of the collaboration, people seem to want to work harder to get his approval.
There was no fear with him, and even from the beginning, I remember when we went to one of the first things you do as an actor when you're casting something is wardrobe, and now you're dealing with the costume designer, and you're always fearful of what they might have in mind in terms of what costumes you're going to wear. So I didn't like what they had chosen. I had my own conceptual idea, and I had mentioned it to Dick Donner. And Richard Lamont, a great guy who used to do costumes for the Clint, was the costume designer. And I talked to him. He said, well, let's run it by Dick Donner. And Dick said, give him what he wants. Whatever's going to make him comfortable. So from that point on, when you're doing improv, you never felt, some people can make you feel in life even, you know what I mean, less than. You know what I mean? They'll comment on your creativity or an idea you might have. He never did that, so it opened up the total creativity of you trying different things.
He thought he really laughed. He was always laughing. His mouth would be open this wide, and he would just be belly laughing at whatever stupid stuff we were doing, and it would end up in the movie. And I really think, and I was like Thomas, like I want it to be real. I want every little thing to be real. I want any suspension of disbelief to be just a tiny little bit. And yet, all the kids, we would all talk at the same time. He loved it. We would come up with things like the booby traps, Key mispronounced booby traps. We started teasing him. He left that in the movie. He left everything in the movie. I started thinking, maybe he doesn't care. I wanted to say my brother's name, Matt McKenzie. So they're shooting at us you know, right across that bridge with the river thing, with the water rushing, and the bullet, they did a bullet hit, and I yell out, "Holy Mackenzie!" because I just wanted to say my brother's name in the movie. He left it in the movie! He left everything in the movie!
You also wanted to, I remember, because you're dealing with, how many kids were you guys?
There was at least 14 of us.
14,
15, no, there's 7.
There were 7, right? So now imagine line by line by line, waiting to say your line, waiting to say his line. Well, Dick Donner's approach to that whole thing, he wanted the feel of improvisation. So you saw the kids talking to each other, and they were overlapping like crazy. But he didn't mind that. He says, go ahead, just talk. If you want to break in, break in. And that gave the sense of that young boy, the reality of what Sean was also talking. You didn't feel like these were actors acting. They were the camaraderie of these kids really interacting with each other. And that was also the ease of which Dick Donner understanding as a director. Because it's a fearful thing. Look, they always say don't act with dogs and kids. Or animals and kids. Now we had 7 kids to direct. And 2 animals.
All right, thank you very much. And what's your...